Angela, you called the show. Why?
I called because my mom says that my dad molested me when I was like 2, and he says he didn't, and I don't know. And here a few weeks ago, my dad came to stay with my boyfriend and our 2-year-old daughter, and I need to know.
When did your mother tell you that your father did this to you?
She originally told me when I was about 14.
And they were split up, I take it,
Oh
at
yeah,
the time?
they've been split up since I was really little. When she told me about it, it was because I told her I wanted to meet my dad. I wanted to know my dad, and that's when she told me about it. And so I saw him when I was like 14, and we had real sporadic contact for quite a few years. I really wanted him to be a part of my life because, I mean, you know, I guess even though my mom's told me that, in my head, I can't really comprehend that.
And how long ago did he move in with you?
About 3 weeks ago.
If he did do this, aren't you concerned at all that now you have a small child and...
It really concerns me, and that's, you know, he didn't have anywhere else to go, and since he's been staying there, my daughter's been sleeping in bed with me, and in the morning she gets up, she takes a shower with me, she goes to work with me, she comes home with me, she's with me basically 24 hours a day.
So you don't allow him to be home alone?
You know, I have a scar on my inner thigh that my mom says is because my dad burned me with a cigarette when I was a baby. And, you know, like I said, I don't remember anything. I don't think I remember anything.
So she also says that he physically abused you. Oh. Could your mom possibly lie about this because she was so bitter or mad at him?
I mean, it's possible. I'd rather not think that that's the case because she's my mom. Somebody is lying somewhere, and, you know, honestly, I mean, it's really kind of messed up because I don't know. In a way, I hope it's one of them, and in the other way, I hope it's the other one. And I mean, I wouldn't want that to have happened to me. But on the other hand, if it didn't, then that means my mom's been lying to me for a long time. Oh, if my dad fails, that's the easy one. You know, he's out, he's got to go.
Right.
You know, and with my mom, I mean, I don't know.
That's a little trickier.
It's really hard. She's the one that's always been there.
She's raised you ever since you were born, and she's always been there for you. How you doing, Fred?
Hi, Steve. How are you?
You know that you've been accused of molesting your daughter, right?
Yes, sir,
so
I do.
These are serious accusations, so for the time being, we'll just have you stand and we'll do it until we find out. Did you abuse your daughter when she was 2?
No, sir. I did not.
And you know your ex-wife? Is your ex-wife?
Yes, I do.
She's making these accusations against you. Why do you think she would say something like that to you?
Steve, I've asked myself that for 30 years. I couldn't believe it when she brought it up. Well, actually, it was 32 years ago when she brought it up. I couldn't believe it the first time. I was working as a logger in those days, and my father and I went to Colorado to work in the woods. And I was there about 4 months. When I came back, the first thing I did was call Carla and ask her, I'd really like to see Angela. And she said, and she told me, well, I don't think that's a good idea. And I said, why is that? I've gone for 4 months. And she said, because she said you touched her.
Did she ever contact the police or anything?
No.
So she's saying that your daughter told her that you touched her. She says to you, no, you can't see your daughter because you molested her.
Right.
But she doesn't call the police.
She doesn't call the cops. I did try and contact her. I used to take to birthday cards and presents and Christmas cards and stuff, which I find out years later, Angela never saw one of them, nothing. She never found out till years later when I got to see her and told her about it, and after they passed away, actually found some of the correspondence from me.
Your ex-wife accuses you of burning your daughter with a cigarette on her leg. She has a scar.
Yeah, that one I'd really like to address. I never heard anything about that till 2 days ago, Steve. My daughter asked me, she said, Dad, do you know anything about a scar I have right about here? And I said, no, and I thought about it a second. I said, why? What did your mother tell you? And she said, it's not important. My granddaughter is the light of my life. And when I look at her, I see her mom because my granddaughter, Angel, she's 2. And that was the last of the real times that I really got to spend with my daughter. And, you know, she's trying to, and the relationship with my daughter, it's awesome. When I first started getting to see her at 14, when I pushed the issue, and I'll tell you a little more about that. When I pushed the issue there, I thought so much time's gone by. We'll never have that father and daughter relationship. But even if I have a friendship relationship with her, I'll settle for that. Well, it's gone way, way beyond that. We have a really good relationship. And my damned ex-wife is trying to drive a wedge in between that. You know, I will not let her drive that wedge in there, and she will not steal my granddaughter from me.
You lying sack of scum. You did this, and you know the biggest mistake I ever made was not seeing you in prison for the rest of your miserable life.
Get out of my face. You know, you've caused
Get out
this.
of my face and get out of my daughter's face. You've caused her enough harm.
You know,
and
you've
will
caused
not.
nothing but grief between her and I, and you're still
Oh,
causing
you
her.
boo-hoo-hooed
You're
all
still
these
causing her
years.
grief. Well, put yourself
You're
back in your
causing
bottle,
her
your
grief.
drugs, or whatever the hell you're
You
into.
treated her life like a hotel,
You know?
checking in and out whenever you wanted.
Oh,
no
and I
more
had so
credit,
much option.
No
You were like a damn
And you will
gypsy
not
running
do
off
that.
all over the country.
That's
you
my
didn't even
prerogative.
you didn't even take care of her half the time. Your folks had her. You know what, lady? You are absolutely nuts. When this is all over and
I
done
am
with,
not
you stay
nuts.
the hell out of my life.
You
Don't
stay out
ever-
of my life. You
I
stay out of my
don't get
daughter's
in
life.
your
You stay
life.
out of my granddaughter's life.
You know what? That
And
is
now
not
you're
your
leeching
daughter
off of
or
them.
your granddaughter.
If
That
it
is
wasn't
my
for that,
daughter
you
and
wouldn't even
granddaughter.
be in the picture, and you know it.
Oh my God!
You're just-
Did your daughter come at 2 years old and say that
Yes.
Daddy touched me? And you didn't fabricate this story at all?
No.
Why didn't you contact the police at that time?
Back then, you didn't talk about these things, and all I wanted was to keep my daughter away from him.
That's it?
I only wanted, I didn't want to ruin his life. I still don't want to ruin his life.
Even though
But
he
I'm not going
possibly
to
could
sit
have
by
ruined
and
your
watch him
daughter's
ruin my
life?
daughter's life and hurt her again and my granddaughter.
I don't even know what to say to either of you guys right now because I really don't want to think that either of you are lying to me.
I know, and I'm so sorry, honey, but this is what you wanted.
Here's a man that wants to be involved in his daughter's life.
Too bad.
Well, it's not your decision. I'm not even going to get to your lie detector results because there is a mother-daughter relationship here, and the most important thing is Fred and whether he did this or not. Results for Fred. Did you touch Angela in an inappropriate manner when she was about 2 years old? No. Did you touch Angela in an inappropriate manner for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. Did you touch your granddaughter in an appropriate manner for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. And he was asked, did you burn Angela with the lit cigarette when she was a child? And this was another thing you said he did, right?
3 times.
3 times. And he answered no. And the results for Fred is that Fred, you told the truth.
What about my results?
You know what? I kind of leave that alone. You have a relationship with your daughter. She wanted to know about her father if he did this. He came here, he did this for his daughter.
I don't know how he did it, but I told the truth.
You obviously have a lot of anger towards this man.
Well-
and you have some issues, and I think I can offer you counseling. Maybe it'll help you if you're willing
All right?
to take it.
Absolutely.
Okay. Because all I know is I see a man that obviously cares very deeply about his daughter and his granddaughter, feels horribly that he missed out on a big chunk of their lives. Don't rob any more time from him, okay? Take the
There were
counseling.
no letters. He didn't try and get in touch with her.
You know what? I don't care about the letters. You should worry about taking the counseling, okay? Let's go. What else is up there? Yeah, nobody's saying you lied.
Then why wouldn't you read the results?
Well, because I don't want any relationships damaged here, that's why.
Well, my relationship now with my daughter is
It's
damaged.
not damaged. She
Yes,
loves you.
it is.
It's not damaged.
She's got to know I told the truth.
The important thing is Fred's telling the truth. She wanted him to take a lie detector test. He took it. He passed it. She now can feel comfortable with spending time with him.
I want her
spending
to
time
feel
with the
comfortable with
granddaughter.
me and still trust me
She's always felt
also.
comfortable. She said she's never had a problem
Mom,
with
I
you.
love you.
I love you, sweetie, but I want you to know I'm telling the truth.
Mom, I'm sure you are, but you know,
I
the fact of the matter is
am.
maybe somehow you misunderstood something.
No,
and-
Angela, I didn't
Mom,
understand anything.
Mom, Dad passed the test. You have to accept that.